Hello and welcome to this review of Ronrico Extra Smooth Premium Silver Label. Ronrico was established in 1860, and that is a true thing. That is not some fanciful, deceptive thing like some of these liquor companies, beer companies do. It's got that crest. I checked the U.S. trademark history on this, and it was given a trademark in 1860. They said the crest was awarded in the 1880s by the King of Spain as being a rum for nobles. It's kind of like in England, they give a royal, England or Scotland, a liquor will get a royal warrant as an official purveyor to the royal household. Mostly an honorary title, but you do have to get it. You have to earn it. Okay, so interesting history. Now it says this rum is a blend of the finest Caribbean rums, which reflect our continued skill and dedication in the making of every drop. Well, I don't know about the finest because these were at Winn-Dixie. They were $8.99 on special. This and this, the gold. Usually they're about $9.99, but you'll see them around. They always have a cocktail recipe on the back, much like the Bacardi rums, Ronrico Caribbean Breeze. Now, it's bottled by, they say, Ronrico Rum Company, Frankfort and Claremont, Kentucky. Well, we know that is Beam Suntory, the Beam Corporation. It's got that Beam Suntory bottle design with a typical broad neck, just like you see on an Old Granddad, for instance, or Beam's 8-star. There's a cabana at a beach with some people in the background at the cabana. I guess that's what they're trying to evoke. Island life, resort life. Let's see, there is, I believe, a 151 in there. Probably, I think there are some spiced variants. But the Beam Suntory website's not very good at giving a complete rundown of their brands. They only showcase a few of the ones they really want you to focus on. Now here's an interesting thing. It says distilled at the Cruzan Rum Distillery, United States Virgin Islands. And Beam Suntory has control of the Cruzan Distillery these days. They still let the family run it, the Nelthrop family. For the longest time, this was a Puerto Rican rum. All the old ads, maybe till like the last 4 or 5 years or less, it said Puerto Rican rum. Because being in the Virgin Islands there would have been no reason for Spain, right, to give the rums, Ron de Noble, whatever, however they say, rums of nobility designation. So what happened was, over time, I don't know when, I couldn't find out, but the company either was acquired or the distribution was taken over. An agreement was made with General Wine and Spirits. And this went until the mid 80s and probably into 94. General Wine and Spirits was a subsidiary of Seagram's, the world's largest liquor company, until the year 2000. They shut down General Wine and Spirits in the mid 80s. They reorganized their company. From what I could tell by reading the New York Times article, they were having some problems starting to develop. They sold a whole lot of their brands off to Sazerac in '89, including rum brands, not this one. In '94, they sold off a whole bunch of other brands to Beam Company, later Beam Suntory. And then Seagram's themselves went away. They were sold off in the year 2000, mainly to Pernod Ricard, Diageo, and Seagram's ginger ale was sold off to Coca-Cola. All their facilities, everything. MGP, Midwest Grain Products, owns their old distillery in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. In fact, if you look at photos of it, current photos, they still have Seagram's on the brick walls. It's so high up, so you're not even worried about changing it. And they do make Seagram's 7 Crown there. So it's a fascinating history, but this brand in the 70s and 80s was pretty prominent. Lots of magazine advertisements for it. Of course, no television and radio. That wasn't allowed until recently in the United States, liquor ads on radio and television. But they had contests, win a Chevy van. Oh, no, it was a Ford van, and they were going to pay to customize it. Remember those vans? People would do that. A sweepstakes with Ronrico. There was another one in 1980. A sweepstakes to win a Pontiac Firebird, Thunderbird. Not a Thunderbird. It's a Ford. Pontiac Trans Am, Firebird Trans Am, and you could get it in a silver or a gold. Get it? Silver rum, gold rum. So that's quite a history. Yeah, there it is, silver. There are a couple of video reviews for it. I only found 2. Tend to watch them today, a little while. It's listed on Proof 66 and liquor.com, so I'll write reviews for it, see what it's like. I have no preconceived notions about it. I don't know what to think. I know it's inexpensive. It used to be mid-price like Bacardi. It was sort of like basically Seagram's, their chief competitor to Bacardi back then, 45 years ago. The nose, the alcohol legs doesn't seem too uniform. Kind of ragged, I guess you'd say. I guess we call it ragged. Alcohol legs are the drips. People call them legs. I can taste the fumes on my tongue. In the nose, yes, getting sweet sugar cane, sweet light molasses. Almost confectioner's sugar. Or cotton candy. That's really profound in the Caliber silver, Caribbean silver, which is a bizarre product. Very common product. Let's go with the taste. Kind of a loud flavor. Well, they say smooth. It is. What they say? Extra smooth. Yeah. I thought they'd say extreme. Extra smooth. I'll go along with that. Has a little peppery note, like a black pepper note. Medium body. Sweet, yes. Not overly sweet. It's balanced. Is this rum designed for neat? Drinking on neat. Straight. No. White rums are really designed for mixing. But there was an interesting ad campaign in the late 70s from Bacardi, still family owned today, saying, okay, yeah, it's made for mixing. They said, but what you want to do to find out which white rums are the best is to drink them neat. And that's what they said. Sit down and drink Bacardi neat, then go compare it to other ones. And you're going to find that that was their contention, at least, that it's much better. And so in their theory, their theoretical analysis, in their theory that it would be better for mixed drinks. Got a better base, so you're going to have better cocktails. Maybe so. Off flavors, nasty flavors, none. Now, I have some white rums in that cabinet. Some are bizarre, strange, aberrant, exotic. That's what they use on Proof 66. They say some of the cheaper products will have exotic flavors. They'll evidence exotic flavors. This one doesn't. It just tastes like a premium rum. So it's, from my memory, it's not as good as Bacardi Silver. Most of the ones I've tried aren't yet. Haven't tried them all. Never will. But for these days, a budget-priced, value-priced, mass-produced rum, I think it is in the top 20 for sure. I'm thinking top 10, but it's definitely in the top 20 rums sold in the United States. Just, people buy these inexpensive ones for various purposes. Yeah, it's a real winner. It's a winner. It's a winner. It's smooth, just like they say. It's balanced. And it's not boozy. Like some of these would just be like, 40% alcohol. It screams liquor. This doesn't. Nice light blue neck label, and makes you think of the sun, the sky, blue skies. Cruzan, they're another one that's inexpensive, $9.99 all the time. Sometimes $8.99. I've seen it around. Cruzan, white and gold, silver and gold, silver and gold. But they have some really high hat Cruzans, and you won't be getting them for $9.99. I've seen them. Total Wine at $249. But then that is the same with Bacardi. So, but we're not dealing with that kind of thing right now. We're dealing with the base. We're at the bottom of the ladder, so to speak. But not the very bottom rung. I think it's a great value. If you can find it for $9.99, and I keep thinking I paid $8.99 a couple of years ago. Well, it's a true winner. How would I score it? Well, these liquors are very similar to beer in the sense that you think it's just going to be trash because the price is low. So you say, no, I paid $32.99 for 120 minute IPA 4-pack, and it's a fantastic product. So sometimes you buy a beer and it's $8.99 a 15-pack, and you think it's got to be horrible. It's just going to be terrible. And then you drink it many times. You say it isn't terrible. In fact, it's quite good. And this is the case here. It's very good, enjoyable. I would score it. Might seem crazy, but I'm going to go with 93, 9.3 out of 10. It's a most excellent product. I don't think it's selling steady. I don't think it's a steady seller because people hate it. Now with Bacardi, people will say, yeah, but it's mass produced, and it gets a huge advertising campaign. It's all marketing. That's what makes people buy it. Well, it certainly doesn't make them buy it, but it influences them. There's no doubt about it. Marketing is important. Budweiser, Bud Light, yeah, they're at the top because why? They're terrible. They're horrible. You drink it, you gag, you dump it out. No. They're really good products. They're not world class. They don't claim to be. So the marketing is important, but you can't. The reason I'm bringing that up is you cannot make that accusation here, because there is no marketing for Ronrico, except you might go in a liquor store or a grocery store, because in Louisiana grocery stores are liquor stores, and you could see a point of sale, like a display, with the cardboard. This month only, Ronrico, whatever. But that's it. That's the only marketing it's going to ever get. You're never going to see television ads, hear radio commercials. You're not going to see magazine ads. Maybe the last time was 1989. So anyway, I'm really happy. I was expecting a good result because I had tried the gold already. You might notice I've reviewed the gold, and it was very delightful. And this is delightful also. So when you're trying these products, I think it's good to be open-minded. It won't hurt to be open-minded. I haven't noticed that it's hurt me. In fact, it makes it a much more enjoyable process to go through it and just take them as they come. So, Les Bon Ton Relais, a most excellent rum from now the United States Virgin Islands, St. Croix, no longer Puerto Rico, for a number of reasons. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all go to the United States Virgin Islands and take a tour of the Cruzan Distillery. I know someone who did it, and she said it was a great